I think I'm falling in love with my husband. My husband and I are 24. We've been very close friends since we were 14 and have been married for about 5 months now. The thing is, our marriage was strictly out of convenience. I was a single mom to a 1-year-old. His father and I haven't been together since I was 3 months pregnant. And my husband had just taken guardianship of his cousin, who's only a few months younger than my son. Since the kids are so close in age, we decided pretty much immediately to introduce them to each other. They've been best little friends ever since, and after that my son and I were over at their house every day. The marriage was purely my idea. My son and I were practically living at their house, and we had already had a conversation about raising the kids together. I figured why not? We'd get the tax benefits, could combine our incomes, and have the kids grow up in a 2-parent household. I did think about the chance that one of us could find someone else down the line and fuck everything up, but it wasn't high on my radar. I gave up on relationships after my son's father, and my husband wasn't really the type for relationships before we got married. I've never even really seen him express interest in someone before since I've known him. We've always had a running joke with our friends that he'd be the single uncle that one of our kids would have to take care of when he gets old. Clearly, we didn't think he'd become an adoptive father, but that's besides the point. Anyways, I brought it up to him kind of as a joke one night. I was terrified to be serious about it, why? And then we were married 3 weeks later. Everything happened so fast, and it's still insane to me because I fully expected him to call me stupid for even coming up with the idea. Did not expect him to agree and follow through so quickly. But that's the long-ass backstory on everything so everyone understands. The first few weeks of our marriage felt no different than what we were doing. The only real difference was my son and I moved in and were living with them. As of right now, we live in a 3-bedroom apartment. Babies share a room and my husband and I share a room. It was definitely weird sleeping in the same bed every night, but we both got used to it eventually. After maybe the first month, I got too used to it and started completely sleeping through my alarms. I don't know why, but I've started sleeping so heavily that I have to be physically woken up. So every morning when my alarms go off and wake up my husband, he rolls over, rubs my back, and whispers in my ear to wake me up. For background, my husband is a pretty prickly person. He doesn't like physical contact with other people. In our entire 10 years of being friends, we hugged once. So this literally rewrites my brain chemistry every morning. Like what the fuck? Even typing this out right now, I'm genuinely getting butterflies, and it's so weird. I probably sound so stupid, but that's not it. Around the same time, he started bringing me home flowers every Friday night. I was majorly confused the first time, but he said he's trying to set a good example for what relationships should look like for the kids. He grew up with a single mom and never met his dad, so he didn't necessarily have a good example himself. Even though he's using it to set an example, it genuinely makes me so fucking happy every Friday. I literally look forward to getting home from work and seeing what bouquet he got this time. I'm not sure exactly what I'm feeling, if I'm just over-romanticizing the situation and looking too much into things, but the past couple weeks I've been feeling like a child with a crush. He makes me blush just from looking at me. I've never felt that way about anyone before. Now I'm feeling ultra stupid because what if I catch feelings and he doesn't? Then I'm just in a one-sided marriage. I'm also scared that I'm feeling this way because I've never been treated right before in my past relationships. Like, am I falling in love with him or the feeling of being treated how I should be? I don't know, and I'm so confused. I think I'm screwed. Edit asterisk, thank you so much for all of the advice. Redditors have made me realize in a few short hours that I am in fact in love with my own husband, LMAO. His birthday is on Christmas, so I'm thinking of doing something special to just show my appreciation for him first. Nothing crazy like one comment suggested. Hopefully I'll have an update for you all soon. And hopefully it's what you all want, lol. Relevant comments. Commenter 1 asterisk. He isn't going to bring flowers home weekly if he doesn't have feelings. Talk to him, not Reddit. OOP asterisk. I don't even know how to approach the topic. I also need to sort through my feelings first, make sure it's real before I say anything. I'm terrified of jumping the gun on this. Commenter 2 asterisk. The plot of so many romance novels. OOP asterisk. No shit, that's exactly what one of our friends said at our courthouse ceremony. I rolled my eyes at the time, but now I'm letting that feed my delusions. Commenter 3 asterisk. Guys, girl, what do you wear to bed? Let's start plot. Planning slightly smiling face up down arrow. OOP asterisk. LMFAO new OMG. I wear sweats and his old t-shirts to bed loudly crying face. Commenter 4 asterisk girl, you wear his shirts to bed. That's your man. Also, there's a spare room. If he didn't want to share a room with you, he wouldn't. OOP asterisk the third bedroom is his home office. His job has remote and in office days, so it's a non-negotiable. Commenter 5 asterisk I've seen many people have an office set up in their bedroom during college and COVID. Maybe it a non-negotiable because he likes sharing a bedroom with his wife. My motto with men is, if he wanted to, he would. And he totally is. Translation: if he didn't want to share a room with you, he wouldn't be. He'd find a way, but he's choosing to share a room with you. He's sharing a room with you because he wants to. OOP asterisk people keep saying this, and it's starting to make sense. I slept on our couch the first few days until my husband came out at 2 a.m. and brought me to bed. I didn't want to make him uncomfortable in any way, but he was really insistent on it being a non-issue. Commenter 6 asterisk he moved you into his home, into his bed. You don't have to even really live in the same house to be legally married. Perhaps he's not great at communicating feelings, but no way a man that didn't at least have true fondness for you would start this whole thing. Take it slow, be cautious of limerence. OOP asterisk I mean yes, we don't have to live under the same roof to be legally married, but it's for tax reasons and our kids. Easier to raise them together under the same roof. OOP on the courthouse ceremony. OOP asterisk we did a courthouse ceremony and it's really easy getting the paperwork for it. We started the process a few days after I suggested it and had to wait about 2 weeks for everything to go through. That's why it seems so fast faced with tears of joy. Update. Hi everyone. I want to thank you all for your input and well wishes. It helped me come to my senses quicker than I would have on my own. I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope this update gives you all some peace of mind. I did end up taking some of your advice and planned a nice gesture for my husband yesterday. My goal in mind wasn't to confess to him, because I still wanted to wait on that, but to just show how much I appreciate him for everything he does for our family. The original plan was to offer a back massage after we put the kids to bed. I bought some candles, massage oil, and even a cute little pajama set to wear. IDK where my mind was at with that. I was deep into fantasy land, LOL face with tears of joy. The point was to make it relaxing, but also set a kind of romantic mood. Well, it didn't happen. My husband completely uprooted my plans that morning. Up until now, we've been wearing some cheap and super simple wedding bands that weren't anything special. But for Christmas, he gifted me a whole set. Wedding band and engagement ring. And he didn't just hand it to me wrapped. He actually got down on one knee. When I tell you I cried, I thought I was hallucinating, and I still feel like I am. Every single one of you were right. This was never a marriage of convenience to him. He's been in love with me since we were in high school, and just never thought to tell me even after we were already married. We had a lot of long conversations after the initial confession. I will be sparing details because I didn't expect it to turn out this way, and I'd like it to remain a private moment between us. At the end of the day, we're still trying to raise 2 toddlers and have agreed that they will always be our primary focus, but we're going to give a real relationship a shot. I will admit, it's kind of scary, but I do think that this is the next step towards healing after my last relationship. I feel truly loved by my husband. I think that this is where I'm meant to be. Happy holidays, nosy Redditors Red Heart.